Good night. Good night, and how are you guys? Please drop a comment, give this a like, and just say hey so I know who is on, and I can just give you guys a personal shout out. Well, it's been a while since we have done this, and I just wanna like really thank every single person who has taken the time out. Hi, hey Tashika. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Who has taken the time out to send me a word of encouragement, especially in the time that I was sick. For some of you knew I had a little operation in the past week, and I'm actually home recuperating and stuff. Tonight, if you notice this um, heading is called Finally, and Finally really is just me talking about the whole court case. You guys know I've been in court from January to December and January again, and the proceedings actually ended on March 1st, which I am so grateful for. So I am actually going into a new month um, much more relieved and alive and happier than I was before. Grateful for the outcomes, and again, truly happy that you guys have been here with me on my journey. It was not easy, but I always have to give like serious shout out to my support. Now, a lot of persons, I have been getting a lot of messages. Persons have been, either on the road or a DM saying they want to know more about what this court proceeding is. What do they need to do to file for maintenance? Now, I have made up my mind that I'm gonna do a small video on it. um I wanted to go in details as to things that you need to bring, but tonight we're gonna start with whole heap of stuff. I promise I'm gonna do a video on it. If there's a question probably that you have right now that you want to ask, feel free, but I'm just gonna give it like a 2-minute thing on that, for especially for the mothers who have been, or the ladies, or well, who have been asking me what does it take, or what exactly they need to do in order to file for maintenance. Hi Sharian, good night. Some of you, if you don't know, Sharian is well, she not like I'm bigger, but she big in a newspaper where she's an editor, okay? And I'm going to be having a special interview with Miss Spence one of these very fine days. I hope that she can hurry and find some time on her schedule to fit me in. Now, as it relates to the whole maintenance thing, first and foremost, who am I going to try to say? First and foremost, you have to understand that maintenance does not mean a lot of money. It's not like you can't look at me and say, oh, Amar looks so, and every time you say Amar, she always look nice because of maintenance. No, you can't live on maintenance. The government of Jamaica is not like the government in other countries who are really looking out for you. Yes, they say they're looking out, but you have to bear in mind that it's just a little help, right? Now, normally the government awards $2,500 per child per week. So if you decide that you're going to go to the court to file for maintenance, you have to bear that in mind. In order for you to get more than that amount, there are certain things that you might have to do. Like, for example, you have to pretty much build a case showing why you are deserving of more than $2,500 per week per child. So that's 2.5 times 4, you know, that's only $10,000 per month per child. Yes, 2,500 in this day and age, I know. Now, it is very rare that a child gets more than 2,500. If the child is in high school, they may be granted 3,500 and half of every bill. So if it's a medical bill, father is responsible to pay half of every medical, half of every education, right? Now, to be honest, half of everything. But to be honest, it's not half and half, because whoever has the child will always be spending more money. In my case, we were awarded more than the 2.5, and I'll tell you how. Now remember that I am not divorced as yet, so I filed for both child maintenance and wife maintenance. Now, if you were living with the man for more than 5 years, I'm telling you that you can apply for spouse maintenance. Now, when you apply for spouse maintenance, you're going to get, the government is likely to award 2.5 to you and 2.5 to your child. Now, we all know, so when you get that $5,000, they all light up for your baby, because we really can't do nothing with 2.5. The least thing money you can spend for God here just $6,000. We all know that, right? But you do that because you want to ensure that you put yourself in a better position to get more than just 2,500. Because we know that 2.5 cannot do anything. You cannot feed a baby adequately for $2,500 a week. Not even if you're just going to give them soup. Because snacks, I made sure one of the things you have to do before you want to ensure that you start keeping all your receipts. You want to put at least 3 months of receipts, including your rent, your light bill, your water bill, all of your bill, them, your floor, if you are paying for extra lessons, and you hold a second. Let me do something. I'm gonna show you something I did. Alright, see me here, right? Alright, so guys, this is what I did. Thank you very much for waiting. This is a box with all my receipts, right? All the receipts I have, if you notice, I have medical bills, I have this I wanna say supermarket bill. I was storing all my receipts because you know I'm in the accounting world, so that's a plus for me. But I just want to say that this one say I bought best dressed chicken parts. £1 is $380, right? $380. So one thing you want to do is to start putting all your receipts together, start putting, you know, all your bills together, all that kind of stuff, so that you are in a better position to actually make a case. Because trust me, in cases like these, you don't really want to worry yourself about getting a lawyer. To be honest, it's just like if you were going to school and you have a project, you want to put this together. So this was my file that I actually brought to court, right? In it, I made sure to have a printout of every bill, every single one, because remember, they want to know, are you really in need of this money, right? They just want to know. So if you go like a random lady when I have no sense, oh, I want you to fight because yo, you know, say things hard. That's not gonna work. They want you to come professional. So number one, when you're going to court, you want to always do not practice to go to court in any jeans. You'll go and you see a lot of people doing it, but then they will end up having a different result. These people take everything into consideration. If you come off as a sound-minded, conscious individual, your results are likely to be different from somebody who them not sound like them 100. So even if you don't have much clothes, something solid, a solid color, a black, blue, gray. I mean, court not really matter what color, but just be modest, right? Good night, Kadeen. So I put this case together when I was going to court. I know that court is over. I can share it with you, because if you're thinking about taking your baby father to court, then you should know all you need. Number one, you need to have a copy. See, in mine, I was showing them that I had a flow bill. This one is a water bill. So what had happened, looked like I had some theft with the water. Is this just for wives? No. If you were with it, remember, there's a law in Jamaica that's called a common law spousal law, right? What it says is that if you are living with a man or a woman for more than 5 years, you are going to be treated, or you can be considered as a wife. So if you are living with that man for more than 5 years, especially if the 5 years brought forth a child, you can apply for spousal support. Okay, so you don't have to be legally married, all right? Now, another thing too, when you apply for spousal support, it has to be at least 1 year, within a year to a year of separation. So when I applied in July for spousal support, and we were separated from the October of the year before, right? So it was not 1 full year. You don't want to wait a whole year to apply for spousal maintenance, because if you do, it might be very hard for you to get it. Because what the court is saying is, if you could go a year and add without it, the chances are you don't really need it, even though probably you really need it. So if you separated from this man more than a year, probably a year, and you don't want it to be more than a year and 3 months. So if you're just separated at 5 months, 6 months, this is a time to go to the courthouse and to apply for maintenance. Now, I had a little theft with my water. So 1 month I ended up having a water bill off. I want you guys to be able to see it, 19,000. Now, everybody knows that you're not supposed to start spending kind of money for water bill. But it was a genuine concern, and I had to let them know that, hey, listen, something has gone wrong, something out of my control, and this is what I ended up having to pay for my water bill, $19,000, right? Now, this is not a repeated bill. So what you also have to do, let's say, for example, somebody thief a light and you find, say, the month they you pay $10,000 and you normally pay $3,000, you still need to bring the $3,000. So you let them know, hey, your honor, normally I pay $3,000, but something come up this month, then bridge my water, and now I have to pay 5 times as much as I normally pay. So that means that for the next 5 months, I'm going to be set back in regards to my water bill. So this is my water bill. As I say, I had a little incident. Then now, you want to ensure that if you have any text messages, ladies, let me tell you, eliminate the whole heap of quarrel with these men. Everything you do, you want it to be for evidence. If they send you an email, thumbs up. If they send you a text message, all the better. There are going to be times when they're going to try, because one thing I've seen a lot is that the men try to show how incompetent the mothers are, to say, okay, I shouldn't be giving her any money because she's not competent. So they might pull something. They might say, oh, my child was not at school for a week and I can prove it, and you should know why your child was not out. Because in my case, I had my ex sent an email saying, oh, our son was out of school for a week. And I was like, of course he was out of school for a week. And the fact that it's been 3 weeks ago and you're just knowing about it shows how incompetent you are. Our son was sick for a whole week. Then there was another time where there was an incident, with some corona thing, and they locked down school for 2 weeks, and he was like, oh, I'm not gonna come because the child is supposed to be quarantined. I'm like, bro, if your child is supposed to be quarantined, what that have to do with you being is a child? The child is in the age or under the age of what you call, it's not an adult. So we would always have to be responsible. So any little text message, if you send me my money and you say, oh, babes, the babe, yeah, well, you're not gonna call him babes anymore, but you're gonna say, oh, Johnny, the baby sick. Send it in a text message. Even if you know he's not gonna respond, send it anyways. You're not doing this for him to respond. You're doing this as proof. So for example, for me, I make sure I print out every text message. See them here? Every text message when I say the baby is sick, and if he responds, I print out what he responds to say. Now you don't want to make your thing biased. You don't want to go in the courtroom and talk about just what he's saying. You also need to be able to talk about what you are saying, because what will do well for you is when you're able to go in the court and your honor can look at you and say whatever he's saying about you, you are saying the same thing. So you don't want to be falsifying any information. Trust me, you don't need to. You don't have to tell no lie. You don't have to do none of that. I'm just showing you the step by steps that I took. I am happy with the results that I got, and I know you can be happy with the results. So you want to put together your receipts, your pay stubs, your all of your bill, them flour, rice, if you have supermarket bill, put them together. Then now, what would be good if your child has any sicknesses? Like for example, my child has to be on vitamin. We buy vitamins regular for our babies, right? I want them to be healthy. You need to list that out. So what I did an expense sheet. I went as far. I made 3 copies. I made one, of course, for the probation officer, and I also made one for the court and one for myself. Give me a second. So see it here, guys. This is the expense sheet. So on it shows monthly expenses. Look, you see, so you'll see rent, water, light, internet, groceries, gas, medical. Now, when I say medical, I have 2 medical on it. I have medical covered by health card and medical not covered by health card. Now, in my case, my ex has restored my child on the health card. So my child fortunately has a health card and his father is responsible for that. However, there are certain things that are not covered by the health card, right? So they say it's supposed to be half and half. So it's not really half and half, because the card will cover like I think 20 to 60%. I don't want to quote you on that, but it will cover a percent of the bill, and then I have to fund the rest, right? Now there are also some stuff like vitamins. Vitamins are the ones we buy very regular. I have here medical not covered by health card. So I gave a list of things like prune juice, cranberry juice. These are things that I buy for my son. Now, in my case, some of us, we have kids that have hernia. Now you know that hernia affects your bowel movement. So you'll find that if you have a child who has a hernia problem, it might just be a slight little growth, or for those who have it more serious, you'll find that they it affects, so the baby might have belly pain and they have constipation. So with constipation, you have to buy a lot of prune juice and a lot of cranberry juice, right? These are now medical because you're using them to restore health, right? So these now would be considered things that are not covered by a health card, because I cannot use a health card to buy these things, and these are stuff that I buy regularly. Then I move on: clothes, shoes, back to school supplies, lunch money, skincare. Yes. So if mosquito, in my case, I have mosquito repellent. I have cocoa butter, special soap, because some babies might have eczema. So and any skin, soap can work on his skin. Then I also have to have mother's medical bills, any outstanding loan, any transportation, any miscellaneous. So this is something you want to put together as tall as life can be. Don't left off nothing at barber shop, and then you have one for the child, and then this one is my expense now. So mother's expense now, because of course the court wants to know that, hey, remember they know, so we have to keep up. Remember they know that going to the doctor is a part of being healthy, because an unhealthy mother cannot take care of a child. Buying clothes is a part of it. Grooming yourself here, all of that. Those things are part of your expenses. So you want to make a list of that as well, right? You also want to look at if you have back to school. Like for me, I had a copy of this. I had sent an email to the father with everything that was needed for back to school, or things like pencil, crayon, Play-Doh. Them there are somewhere you always have to buy. So you might say, Your Honor, these are all the stuff I bought to back to school, and these are repeated stuff on a monthly basis. I am the only one who puts in, because every time we buy pens or whatever. Now, let me explain something to you, ladies. While the court says half and half, I am the kind of mother, I am not going to ever take up my phone and ask my son's father for half of anything. I gave birth to a full child, and in the case that he was dead, or in the case that he should die, I am ready to do whatever it takes to finance my child. So I want you guys, while you're preparing yourself to go and file for maintenance, I also want you to think of a business that you can start, or something that you can create to generate an income. Because if you go to the court and let's say it goes good and they say they're going to give you 5,000 a week, 5,000 a week may be helpful now, but our children are growing. So 5-6 years from now, just some of, like, look at my baby going into grade 1 September. But it is in grade 6. 5,000 will be just a drop in the bucket. So I want us, while we're thinking about the maintenance, I want us to start thinking, hey, I am a single mother, unfortunately, and I have to say unfortunately because most of us did not choose to be a single mother. But in life, one of the keys to success is being able to handle the cards that you were dealt like it's the one you wanted. So when you're playing card pack or you're playing dominoes, none of us get to decide which one of the dominoes we're going to get. But the person who is going to be the winner, it's all about their ability to use the ones that they have in their hand to master, to play that game. That is what they're going to determine the winner from the loser. So many of us did not choose to be single parents. When if we had known it would have been this way, chances are a lot of things we would have done differently. But it is what it is now. So the thing is, while it's hard, and I can talk because on the day I see my ball and know enough time in a have it, and somehow thank God for somehow when me can call up and say, yo, me not have it. But you are also seeing every day I'm making steps to grow my life. Every day I'm doing something to ensure that where I was last month, I'm not there anymore. So you want to ensure that you put all your stuff together, your light bill, all your bills together, right? All your pay stubs. Also another thing too is that I found that these men just do not give you 5,000. Let me tell you, 5,000, yo, I have a friend. I have all my male friends, especially the ones that are fathers. When I tell them how much it is that, you know, my ex, you know, wanted to pay for child support, they all were shocked. They were like, because all these men, any man who is in their child life know it costs money to take care of a child. There's one guy say, I'm going every month me give me baby mother at least 90,000. Sometimes I feel a way because me know say things rough. You know, he has 2 kids and he gives her that on a monthly basis. And trust me, if you want to give your child a quality life, this kind of money. So if right now we get 20 or 25 or 30,000 a month for maintenance, that can't cut in next year and 2 years because listen, everything will go up. So I'm giving you the steps you need to ensure that when you go into the court, you are successful. And also bear this in mind. Many times, in order for them not to pay you, they will go to the court and say, I'm not going to give this lady any spousal, especially for the wives or persons who have been with their spouse over 5 years. They will say, I'm not going to give her any money because she has a new man. Now let me explain this. This can be a very tricky situation if you don't know how to handle it. Because there might be some probation officers who are going to say, oh, because she have one man means say she no need no money. Let me tell you, yes. And there are those, I don't want to say worthless, but there are those carefree fathers who are happy to know that some other man is taking care of their child. So they'll say, if baby no need, if mother can good man because she have one man. Now, if you do not have a relationship or if you are dating, it is best, especially if you're not in a serious relationship, it is best that you go low on those things till after the session is finished. Why I say that? Nothing is wrong with you deciding to move on or anything like that, but you don't want to complicate your situation more than it is, right? For me, my ex wanted to prove that I was with everybody. So he would come up and he say, oh, I know her man, I know this, I know that person that she did with. And what I did in my defense, I made sure, because you guys know I'm a very social person. I've been very open in my lives about, you know, my dating and stuff. Nothing wrong. I made when I even went to the probation officer, I say, hey, guess what? If you even invite me right now for drinks, I am more than happy. Because you are separated. Remember, say you gone based on infidelity, you left and gone, and now you want to make my life a living hell. Like say me not supposed to have nobody. You understand? Or use this as a way to let me or your child not gain what it is that we are supposed to. So what I did, I went on my social media and I asked a lot of these persons, I asked my friends, I said to them, hey, guess what? Do me a favor. Especially the men. I said to them, hey guys, do me a favor. If I've ever taken a picture with you, please post it. And guys, I had so many guys come to me and send me pictures. I made sure like I print out quite a few of them because I was saying, listen, if you're gonna say I'm with somebody, you have to prove to me there with the whole Jamaica. You understand me? Because I'm a sociable person. If you know me, me and everybody a friend, and I'm not gonna allow my ex to say, hey, you know, I can't have a friend, or me can't move on and find my next man. Right? It's only fair, right? But as I said, if you're not in any serious relationship, you don't want to complicate your life by having that too much out there, because that too may be a hindrance for you, and that's something that you want to take into consideration. So guys, if there's anything else that you want to know, feel free to message me. I will be happy to do a video listing everything that you'll need to take to court, and you know, regarding the maintenance and everything. I wish you all the best. It's really, I'm here live and direct. Couldn't miss this one. Oh, hi, superstar. What's up? Now, next week, we are going to be discussing pussy feelings. Now, listen. I know that a lot of persons might be saying, well, you just say, am I? Yes, I said it. It is actually one of the challenges of being a single woman. I never experienced, I have always experienced it, to be honest. but I think you'll get it more when you are a single woman, or especially if they don't see you with a ring on your finger. What is pussy feelings, you might ask? It's when someone decides to make your life a living hell because you have decided to withhold sex from them or not to give them any at all. I really want your feedback, guys. I really want it. I actually want it to be a discussion. I am hoping that if you are that kind of person who have felt any form of abuse, if you were going to school and the lecturer gave you a hard time, or if you are at work and your boss giving you a hard time, or your neighbor giving you a hard time, I would really love to get your feedback on this, because pussy feelings is a real thing. And until he'll motivate, I have to just be real with you, because I think that growing up, many of us were lied to. And the reason why we struggle to deal with the world that we're in is because we are not well equipped to really handle some of these challenges that are likely to come our way, as well as there are challenges that even our grandmothers went through. So the fact that our grandmothers went through this, it means that it's not new. It means that there's nothing new under the sun, to be honest. And I really am about sharing my journey with you, what it's like through this breakup, being single, dating, and hopefully one of the day marrying Mr. Prince Charming and then kind of stuff, you know. So if you have been a victim of pussy feelings, please go ahead and send me your personal experience. And I don't have to write, you don't have to write a name. If you don't want me to mention a name, I won't. But if you don't have a problem with a name, or if you'd love to join me on my live next week Sunday, right? I will be not next week Sunday, the other Sunday. So I will be more than happy to have you on my life as you share your experience with this thing called pussy feelings. So thank you guys so much for joining me on my live. This is your girl Amoy, aka Angel IQ. And I love you guys so much and looking forward to see you. Ensure that you give this video a like, subscribe if this is your first time, hit the notification bell so you can be updated when we post new videos. So guys, say what Jesus, my employer, was always passing personal prayer and trying to bar my husband from visiting. Told my husband, oh, he's a very, yes, these things happen. These things definitely happen. So the person just share that I want you to join me on my live when we talk about these pussy feelings things. So please don't be shy. If you're still working at the same place, probably you don't want to do it. But if it's an old job, you know, I would be so happy to have you on it. And hey Sharon, you think you can join me on the live next time? But honestly, I love Sharon for there. I want to know if Sharon ever experienced it. And also not just single woman, but if my married friend, well, see my friend is just married, she says she have experience with pussy feelings. So once you're a woman, you like if you have pussy feelings problem, and we want to know what it has been like, and also how you dealt with it and how we can help other women going through it, deal with it and get out of it. Okay. Alright guys, so you take care, have a wonderful night. Mwah. Hate an alien evening. So